All right, here we go. This is my Dr. Umar response rebuttal video. This is Sci-Fi Express Lane. My name is Jeff Carroll, science fiction writer, filmmaker. There's a lot to the history, but I won't get into all of that. I'm responding to some, I guess, criticism that I took as part of black science fiction, right? As a black science fiction writer, I hold certain values, feel certain ways about black science fiction, Afrofuturism, all of this speculative fiction stuff. So, welcome to the Sci-Fi Express Lane. Let's get in. All right. I was watching a video this morning that, just like many other videos, people say things better than other people, and they're not the only people who feel the way that they feel. Let me say that. First, I'm responding to Dr. Umar, but understand what he's saying is something that a lot of people feel. Just like when Kyrie posted his thing, a lot of people felt and believed the way he believed. He was just the one that got called out. Same thing with Kanye West. Same thing with Dr. Umar. And now Dr. Umar has commented on Wakanda Forever and the Black Panther franchise, right? So we put Black Panther in there and Wakanda because he kind of expanded his comments onto both of them. Now, I'm supposed to know how to do this video slicing thing. So if I'm a slice, this is where the slice will happen. I'm going to show you a little bit of what do you call it, Dr. Umar said, and then I'm respond. Now, for the video people, that if I don't get to it in time, I'm going to just paraphrase, right? Dr. Umar came at Wakanda by saying it was wrong, and this is spoiler full, right? It was a Mexican movie that Neymar got more screen time than Shuri and the people from Wakanda. He also said that because Neymar killed Angela Bassett, the Queen Mother, right? Or the mother of the tribe, or the mother of the Black Panther, whatever, you could demean her however you want. She was one of the most important women in the Wakanda tribe post the death of her husband and her son, right? So she's the one that speaks at the United Nations. So she's the de facto leader, right? Neymar kills her, right? And then when Shuri has a chance to kill Neymar, she says, you know what, maybe we can work together. Let's think about the future, right? Now, Dr. Umar then goes on to say, that's foul. The Mexicans, you know, he doesn't call them Atlanteans, he doesn't call them, I don't know what tribe they are, the Aztecs, whatever. He calls them Mexicans, right? Because he wants to modernize and give us a current look at who they are. That's fine. Aztecs became Mexican, Central Americans. It's all fine. However, I understand what he was trying to do. So the Mexican woman says, why? And then Neymar says to her, don't worry. And what he's saying is very subjective, right? You don't know exactly what he means. Now, one of the things, I think they all over the place because this was a makeup movie, because Chadwick Boseman died untimely, right? So this is a whole makeup movie, and I think a lot of things they wanted to do, they had to readjust and try to figure out how to still do. There was rumors that there was a love scene between Shuri and Neymar. That doesn't mean Neymar didn't go on and kill Queen Mother Angela Bassett, but it does mean that they may have had some energy and some attraction, right? That doesn't mean that energy and attraction doesn't break up. What I'm saying is maybe we don't know what he meant by we'll see, right? Or calm down, trust me. Whatever you want to read that last few comments that Neymar made, we don't know. But Dr. Umar says further, because of that, black people are always too forgiving, right? Of other people. And that is a bad thing. That is a downside. And I would like to respond to that. I'll say first, fighting is frustrating. There's really no real winners and no real winners, right? Definitely somebody comes out on top, some conquered group of people, but the losses can be very catastrophic, and sometimes wars destroy both of the warring parties. That's why it's a strategy to let your enemies go at each other, okay? So there's not always a clear winner in a war, especially when you're going up against somebody who is formidable, okay? Just like what is it? Neymar's crew, I can't remember their name, and I'm not gonna call them the Sea Mexicans, right? But they fought Wakanda to a real strong standstill, and they might have beat Wakanda in the movie. I see that they were winning. Now, could they have gone on after Shuri killed killed Neymar? Who knows? Who knows? All I know is almost all of them on that ship, M'Baku included, would have gotten taken out. Even probably Riri, she might have got drowned. Just because they had a lot of technology. I don't know. I also know sometimes you don't want to take out a leader that's coming to his rationale, because sometimes under the leader is more crazy people. So that's a war strategy. To me, I don't see it as black people being too forgiving. However, let me address that, right? Yeah, black people can be forgiving and more forgiving than others. The two part is a adjective that I don't fully like to subscribe, because forgiveness is very powerful. Forgiveness is amazing. Forgiveness doesn't mean you stop playing the game. Forgiveness just means you ain't letting your losses affect you. You're not clouded by frustration. There's a lot to forgiveness. Yes, people can be too forgiving, over and over, slap the other cheek. Yeah, I'm understanding of that. But if you're not, there's a difference between slapping turning the other cheek, and the rope-a-dope. You understand? The rope-a-dope. Don't act like you don't know what that means. Don't even act like it's not a good point. Understand what Muhammad Ali was doing with the rope-a-dope. Yeah, maybe Dr. Martin Luther King was implying the rope-a-dope because he never stopped fighting. He turned the other cheek to live another day, to fight the long game, and not get sucked into a punch out where the person can fight you in the short game, but they can't follow you into the long game. And one of the long games that black people have is definitely genetics. We're seeing the demographics shift. We're seeing the population numbers shift. What if that shift happened so much that all we had to do was just keep having healthy relationships, right? And surviving this thing of this oppression, and we end up with the greater numbers. Who knows? But I do know that demographics is the long game, and the long game is having an impact on the short game now, because we're in what they call the end game. Yes, there's a lot of references here. Yes, I'm taking a lot of liberties. Yes, come at me. But I'm in a 15-minute video. Now, the next thing, and I don't even know if I've said everything, so if, Dr. Umar comes back or anybody comes back, I got more that I can share, all right? Because it's an authentic viewpoint. It's not something that I'm just being reactionary to. If you look at my previous videos, this is a position that I've had for a while, Okay, so it's not just, oh, you're responding to Dr. Umar. Nah, that's not where it is. I'm addressing Dr. Umar's point of view, which is a point of view that other people share. Next, he said stuff about Black Panther, and he's toting the Killmonger tribe thinking, right? Now, this is where I say, I'm a certain type of revolutionary, right? I'm a revolutionary where I believe certain things. As my strategies the only strategy? Probably not, and I know they aren't. Do I know other strategies? Yes, I do. But do I take them? No, okay? I'm not taking the other strategies. I do decide on a strategy and I move ahead. The reason why I take the strategies that I take is because I feel they're the best and I feel that they work the best for me, right? So the strategy that I suggest is definitely not the Killmonger go to war. And I think I said a little bit earlier, I love the Killmonger's thinking. I definitely love it. That's my tribe. You know, that's what we bring to the community of revolutionaries, right? All of our tribes coming together, that's what we bring, right? We as African Americans, we bring that, let's go bring it to them, because, you know, Africans saw a certain brutality in Africa, but we saw another level of brutality from the white man in Americas and in the Caribbean, right? So we have a different ferocity. We know we can't play with the oppressor. However, we also seen different strategies in dealing with the oppressor. And I'm down with thinking we need to deal with the oppressor. But Killmonger was like, let's bring it to the world and let's become the world dominating superpower because we're Wakanda. Number one, I think they could beat everybody on the world. However, I don't know if they can outthink everybody on the planet at the same time. I don't know how we govern the world. However, I do think there was a medium, right? There was a medium. It wasn't a dominate the world or do nothing. Those were only the two options that was presented in Black Panther. I think there's a third option, right? And I don't know who would have represented it in Black Panther, but if we want to talk about this, if we want to speculate about this, then let's speculate about it, all right? So I'm speculating, right? I'm speculating that there's a third option. What is the third option? Global stand down. A global stand down. That the Wakandans offer the world a global stand down. Now, that allows all the world to bring a consensus out there. Whatever's going on in Israel, we're gonna stand that down. Whatever's going on in Russia, or whatever was going on at the time with the the making of at the time of the Black Panther movie. All of the global conflicts, Wakanda brings that to a standstill and asks, let's have conversations on this. We are the leading in intelligence. We are the leading in military. We will take out anybody. It's like a big brother coming in and stepping in between a bunch of little siblings that's fighting. Sit down. Let's get this clear. Now, if you can imagine that Killmonger can take over the world, then you can imagine a global sit down. So let me stop there. That's enough on that, because I wanted to really change the frame of the conversation. I wanted to frame this around Black sci-fi, Black speculative fiction. None of this is real. There's no real Wakanda. There's no real Killmonger. There's no Siri. There's no Namor. There's no Black Panther. That's all fake. That's all made up, right? So since it's all made up, what is the use of it? It is demonstrated in us having these conversations. And if we're going to have these conversations, let's value the conversation. And the conversation is on the platform of Black speculative fiction. This is the power of Black speculative fiction. When I'm talking to Dr. Umar or I'm talking to anybody, I'm saying, how do you think that's going to play out? How do you speculate that's going to end? Play your moves. I don't even know how to play chess. but I play real life chess better than people who are masters of chess. Because chess is a game that you're supposed to use in real life strategies. But if you've mastered real life strategies, then you're in the end game. I'm there. Yeah, so let's pontificate for a little bit. I do call myself a revolutionary with an irrevocable black card, right? Why? Because I think I did what the ultimate revolutionary should do. I'm a father, a husband, and I raised my child. If we all stayed married, raised healthy children, that is one of the most revolutionary things a black man and woman can do. I wrote a book that helps people do that. The Hip Hop Dating Guide. Do you understand? Yeah, I was in the streets. I was in the classroom. I was in, youth room working with people. All of that is beautiful. This is what I'm telling you. My wedding, my child's birth, high school and college graduation, my 21 years of marriage, that's what I fall back on. All right? So come for that card. And it's really not even a competition, because I applaud all the brothers that do things for us. But understand, I speak on that platform and that strength. So, yeah, I'm coming for Dr. Umar. It's a conversation. It ain't a fight. But anyway, Jeff Carroll, Sci-Fi Express Lane. Let me go in and teach these kids. All right, like, subscribe, share.